Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called The Lone Stone. Yes. Look, this cat named Milo. Okay, this is about this cat named Milo. Milo was a cool cat. Me and him used to hang out together, and all of us used to hang out together. But he was a cool cat because he would always have jokes, a lot of jokes, and he would he would do stunts that nobody else would ever do. You know, this guy was crazy. He was crazy with it. So one day we were all jumping a chain length fence. So we were trying to hurdle over it. We tried to hurdle over the fence. Some folks was falling, some folks were missing the fence and everything like that. They was just falling and everything, and we were laughing and everything. Then Milo came around, and it was Milo said, "Hey, y'all, let me get in on this." So we moved out the way and let Milo join in. So he almost made it over the first time he jumped. The second time he jumped and almost made it over, but he ended up landing on it on the top of the fence, the chain link fence, on and ended up on his butt. And you know how those chain links are, they're pointed at the top. And he ended up sticking up there and ended up falling forward and tearing his pants. Okay, so inadvertently he was holding his backside when he fell, and everyone was laughing except me. I kept looking at him, and then he kept, and I saw he had blood on his hand. So I went to the payphone to call the ambulance. I went to call an ambulance. But Milo got up and limped away, leaving a trail of blood behind him. So later on, I guess his parents took him to the hospital, because we were like 13, 14 years old. So he ended up going to the ER, you know, where well they tried to do surgery on him, but they can only save one testicle. The other one was too badly damaged, and the remaining one was okay, but it was damaged too. So they had to do a procedure where they put little stitches in them, but one of them was gone. That's how he got the name the Lone Stone. Okay, so then after that, he couldn't run no more. He couldn't run no more at first. He couldn't run, and he would try and try to do stunts and everything. He couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But after about a year of that, he generally gained a little more mobility. He gained more mobility, almost to normal. But his stunt days were over. So Milo met this girl named Joy. Okay, he met this girl named Joy, and they were going out, and they were together for 7 years. Like 7 or 8 years. They were going tough for 7 or 8 years. Then it happened. One day, Joy became pregnant. Okay, and Milo was ecstatic, and we were all in shock too, because we were there when this happened to him. So Milo was ecstatic, and he was happy, and he was talking trash. He was telling people, "Hey, y'all called me the Long Stone, but this stone was able to produce, able to produce." And everybody was shaking his hand and everything. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, okay. And man, that was it there. Anyway, the Milo's son was born. He was born. Milo was the happiest person on earth. He was the happiest person on earth. And he would show him off to people, show him off to people. And then a couple of guys start saying, "Hey, that kid don't look like Milo." Because Milo had a keen face. He had a keen face. And this kid didn't share none of the features with Milo. But Milo, you couldn't tell Milo nothing like that because he would get mad at you or something like that. So nobody told him, but it was going around. People were talking around. And then Milo heard that somebody said that it wasn't his kid. So Milo set out to prove him wrong. So Milo went to get a DNA test, you know, a blood test. Then it was a blood test then. So he went to get a DNA. They took his blood and they took a little of the baby's blood. And, well, they found out he was not the father. He was not the father. So, man, it really took Milo down the tubes. Down the tubes. He went straight down. Turns out it was another guy in the neighborhood named Jack that potentially was the father, but he wouldn't get a DNA test. So we never knew, you know. But Milo and Joy end up breaking up after that. And Milo started using drugs, drinking and using drugs. And he started drinking that syrup, you know. So after that, man, Milo would be seen on the corner just nodding. Uh, he would be seen on the corner nodding. And I don't know if he ever came back from that. He never came back from that. I heard he passed away though some way, but it was drug induced. It was through drugs and stuff. Man, man, I'm telling y'all, look, if you have a kid, whether whether you know it's yours or what, get a DNA test. Get a DNA test to save yourself in the beginning. You know, don't wait a long time because it's going to add pain on to you. Every year you wait to take a blood test or a DNA test, it's going to add more pain to you each year. So it's better to know now than to wait a couple of years later when you invested in this kid. So, man, it's a wonder. It's a wonder we have so many fatherless families around. You know, because of this, the cheating and stuff. All right, so guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. Hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share them with your loved ones. And even share them with your enemies. Adios. Salamat.